Back to your corner.
Lito Adiwang, one of the hottest prospects on the roster right now, just has been demolishing his opposition here in One Warrior Series.
Go!
He's got a tough task ahead of him in Anthony Do, very experienced athlete, former URCC champion. This one's going to be a good one.
Adiwang in the red trunks, red band around his wrists. Do moving, he's kind of circling with his hands, changing stance, southpaw to orthodox and back again. Very light on his feet.
Bit of a feeling out process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get the feeling that Adiwang is a little ways up on his toes as well. Oh, right hand, left hand. Furious pace, the driving takedown attempt, single leg.
Do's looking to lock his hands around the body here. He wants to go for a body lock, takedown. So look for him to try to get those hips across and go for a throw if he can get those hands locked. But Adiwang doing a great job knowing that that's what secures a takedown, and so he does not want to allow those hands to get locked. Great defense here. People don't realize how important that is, head position and wrist control in these types of situations.
Locked in the corner post. I suppose the difference between a ring and a circle there, when you're in the corner post, you're jammed in. It's difficult to drive your opponent one way or the other, Misha, isn't it?
Yes, huge hooks coming from Adiwang. He is he came out so calculated and calm and slow, and then the explosive power. But I mean, that's how you have to measure it, right? That's how he's going to keep his cardio if this does go deep into the third round, right? Is in this type situation now, he's getting that back, right?
Oh, two big right hands. Do goes down, he's back up on his feet, bounces up like a jack-in-a-box. But those were big right hands from Adiwang.
Yeah, that's the thing that stands out the most from Adiwang. He's so explosive. Goes from 0 to 100 just like that.
Center. Time. Center.
He's got that big shock of hair at the back, a little bit like his teammate Kevin Belingon from Team Lakai.
Has that right hand cocked right away. He's ready to fire that. Anthony Do needs to tie him up, needs to slow him down over here right now because Adiwang has landed some big shots that hurt him.
Anthony Do has that leg though. See, yeah, he's trying to get, or excuse me, the arm around his leg.
The arm's locked in between the legs there.
I think that Adiwang's already postured enough though. He doesn't really have to worry too much about a submission in this particular.
Oh, he's coming down with the left and rights. From the upward position, there's a little head bump there. Nothing intentional, but that's just the ferocity of the situation. Both working hard, not languishing at all. Final bout of the evening. It's gonna be a question of cardio, then Adiwang you'd have to favor. Team Lakai absolutely renowned for that. Coach Mark is in the building, the head of Team Lakai. He's in good spirits before we got underway earlier today.
Do seems to be okay here. Seems to recovered from the hard strikes from Adiwang just now. He needs to look to tie him up again because you know Adiwang is just conserving his energy for the next explosion.
There's that spinning, famous spinning kick you see utilized so well from Team Lakai.
Yeah. Flying knee was a little bit short. Got a little bit of smile there. He does look a bit like Kevin Belingon, doesn't he? Belingon's big strength is a seamless attack, switching from feet to hands without any.
You know, and what I really like about Adiwang's style so far, as you mentioned earlier, Gianni, about pace change. He's really good at changing the pace. He's lulling Do to sleep a little bit, kind of just being so relaxed and calm on the outside. But then he changes the intensity so quickly, and that's very hard to time.
Very, very hard to time. But there you see Do actually time the explosions of Adiwang. Sometimes it can work against you as well. If you swing a little bit too wild, it leaves you for openings. And Do has the back of Adiwang right now. Nothing secured yet, but oh, Adiwang with the Kimura of his own sweeps him over the top.
Great scrambles by these guys. Adiwang locked up a submission of his own and used it to sweep through just when I thought Do was going to get on the top with a big takedown.
Do came in with a big overhand right there and looked to land the elbow as well, like a double whammy in one punch. And neither connected, but there was a big smile drawn from his opponent. Last few moments of this opening round, and it's been a ferocious pace. Adiwang really giving it absolutely everything with every punch.
Do as well, showcasing his experience, staying really calm, even though he's been under the barrage of strikes of Adiwang.
Final 10 seconds, opening round, last bout of the evening. Swinging back kick, we see that a lot, as Misha said, from the Lakai special. That's the influence he'll have on Lito Adiwang, although he's anything but calm when he actually starts to mix it.
Yeah, Do was able to time the explosion of Adiwang late in the first round and get into the clinch, although he wasn't able to finish it. Let's see if he's able to time that a little bit more as this bout progresses.
So Anthony Do has a completely different strategy in this. He's trying to stay as busy as possible to confuse Adiwang on when he should be explosive. When is the right time? I mean, it's really hard to tell that when you have somebody who just won't sit still in front of you, that's never planted. There's not really a perfect time to implement that type of explosive striking we've been seeing from Adiwang.
Right uppercut and left hand from Adiwang there. They were glancing blows. Certainly did not stop Do in his tracks.
And much harder to hit a moving target. As you see Adiwang really committing, he's throwing where Do is and not exactly where Do is going.
Just constant movement, isn't it, from these two?
Non-stop, both are swinging heavily. That was a good body kick, doubling up there. So we see Adiwang's trying to change up his strategy a little bit, now going to the body, finding that opening there. That's a good adjustment.
Yep.
You know, the strikes were missing, the hands strikes were missing from Adiwang, but the kicks, there was an opening there, now going down to the ground. See Do timing that again, able to get inside.
Yeah, but every time Do's been able to land a takedown, Adiwang has locked up that Kimura
Yes.
position.
You're absolutely right, Johnny.
To do that as you're on your way down to the canvas takes some quick thought.
Oh,
That could turn into an armbar though.
great job by Do. Does it have it locked up?
It is locked. This could definitely
Oh,
get
this could be tight.
He's got to
Doesn't look
drive
good.
in. Adiwang right here has to drive down and in
Oh.
and really try to collapse the pressure there, and he's doing a great job so far. Now he's working to get that. That was incredible. That was very, very deep. I think almost anybody else may have been finished in that, but great way for Adiwang to keep his composure in a very dangerous situation. Did exactly what he needed to do to escape.
Yeah, doesn't really have time to think about being relieved, does he? Straight back into it.
Yeah, both men really making the adjustments mid-fight. Adiwang saw the movement of Do, started going to the body, and then Do as well looked to time the kicks and went under. That's how he got the takedown, but now they're both back into the bottom position, scrambling, working hard again.
Do working well with fist and forearm to get to Adiwang's head with his
Do.
canvas.
Yep.
Now, what have we got?
Ooh, he's got a potential triangle locked up, but Adiwang rolls up the top. Both men just perpetually moving.
So hard to get that timing. Do, that's the second time that he's reached underneath that leg there and used that to kind of create an angle. Now we find Adiwang capitalizing. He's got a potential triangle here if he can get those legs locked with the arm in there. He's trying to go for that, but Do, being savvy on the ground as well, recognized that threat and was able to shut that down. Now he's in half guard. I think when either of these guys get on top, they need to focus on neutralizing the one on bottom. So now Do is on top. If he wants to get some offensive going, he's got to slow down the pace, be a little bit sticky, right? Because these scramble situations, oftentimes both these guys are ending up on the feet again, neutral, right? So I think maybe slowing down, but we have a potential guillotine. Adiwang, though, keeping his head high.
Oh, and now the blows come from a way back.
Great ground and pound, very well executed to stand tall on that guillotine. Then he realized as soon as that was going to break, he was going to come down with the momentum and land that big right hand.
Just relentless, these two, Gianni. There's no stopping, is there? It's just constant movement.
They have not stopped in the last 10 minutes. Constantly moving, constantly moving. Both men. See, Do is looking for a sit-up sweep over there. But Adiwang over here is okay. Adiwang can actually pass to the left side because Do does not have his guard closed.
45 seconds left, second round, final bout of the evening. Rich Franklin's One Warrior Series live for you from Singapore. Misha Tate, Gianni Suba, Steve Dawson. Been great action today. Rich Franklin looking to award a contract, maybe even two. A ticket to the big time. And these two know that that is what's on the line.
Great job by Do, extending the leg of Adiwang and using that with his underhook to get back up. But Adiwang showing that strength, showing that explosiveness, pulls him back down to the ground.
Looking to put that kind of crank pressure. You know, he could turn that into a submission
10 seconds.
if he laces that bottom arm through, but that may be harder than it looks right here in this position because
On how they view the entire contest. The touch of gloves as we enter these final 5. Like Belingon, when Adiwang kicks, he doesn't set himself. He doesn't take that little beat before he brings that leg up there. It just comes up.
oh, these exchanges with the legs and the knees. These guys are getting really good timing for each other.
If anyone was questioning the cardio of both men, Lolito Adiwang, the answer is here. This guy does not get tired.
No questions here, Gianni. Both moving very busily. Oh, right hand came in. Do was about to throw a left and it got pushed to one side. Bobbing, weaving, very busy from the waist and from the knees. Right hand, single right hand from Adiwang coming in between the guard, goes downstairs to the body.
And although there's still a lot of movement coming from Do, it has slowed down a little bit. He's planted a little bit more.
These blows will definitely slow him down. Good work with the hands and feet. Team Lakai style, that seamless switch between the two.
Do gets back on the clinch again. He's been able to drag him down with the body lock.
Oh, those knees to the midsection. Those are brutal.
Oh,
Now
thought he had a guillotine there, but Do pulls guard to the guillotine. Does he have it? He has his hips on the wrong side. I don't think he has it here.
he's got to, get that right hip more down to the ground and really lean over the top of that guillotine. I think arm-in guillotines are a bit more difficult to finish because you have the arm in there to kind of counter leverage. And when you have somebody as tough as Adiwang, it would be very difficult to finish an arm-in guillotine, I would assume.
I agree. Very, very, very difficult to finish that against a very conditioned athlete.
Inside the final 3 minutes.
Stay inside. Stay in the ring.
Being told to stay in the ring by the referee. Shouldn't think that's foremost on their minds. Knees to the head, damaging blows. 3 of them, follows it up with a left hand as well. Do does well to take those and come back with some punches of his own.
No back hit. No back hit.
Being warned about to the back of the head.
And as these guys are getting slippery, those submissions are going to be harder to catch.
They're just not holding, are they?
Yeah, Do's still hunting for submissions, but they're so slippery in this round, 3rd round. Both men so sweaty, everything's just slipping out.
Yeah, they're nice setups. They're good catches. Just nothing's able to stick at this point.
Could well be all about the blows in the final 2 minutes of this contest then, with bodies slipping all over the place and grip so hard to engage.
Do is doing such a good job of controlling that far side underhook. He's had that the majority of this bout. He finds a way. You'll probably see him try to swim this back under here if Adiwang tries to pass. And that's really what's not allowing Adiwang to control the position once he gets past the legs. He finds himself back in half guard or back in guard, because there again we see Do is recognizing it. If he's going to pass, I have to control this far side underhook, and that will allow him to get back into the position.
Inside the final 90 seconds. Looks as if the judges will be called upon. Difficult one, Gianni. How do you see it?
It's been very competitive so far, but we'll have to give it to Adiwang. He landed more significant strikes on the feet and on the bottom. Even though Do is doing a lot of work from the bottom, Adiwang is pressuring forward. Just really showcasing, like Misha said, a full arsenal of MMA right now.
Is that how you see it, Misha?
Look, I think that this is very close. If I have to pick somebody right now, I think I agree with Johnny that it's going to be Adiwang. But again, I'm just glad I don't have to be a judge in this one because I appreciate the offensive groundwork and submission from the bottom of Do. You know, that great catch that he had with the armbar. That was so close. I mean, I really thought that may be the end of the bout. I really think only Adiwang could have survived that. So I think it's very close.
20 seconds left. Is there anything that either of these two men can do now to sway the judges' thinking?
I think the onslaught of Adiwang is going to be weighing heavy. I mean, look how he's finishing. He's finishing very strong, and that's another point. I mean, since we don't score round by round, a finish like this has to weigh heavy on the judges' scores.
Evasive maneuver.
Anyway.
Well, Adiwang is on the left of your screen, and he gets the decision. There it is.